How's it going, guys? Caesar here, and we're gonna build a greenhouse in my backyard. My wife suggested that we build a 10 by 10, so let's take a look here. The area that we're gonna build it on, there's a corner right there behind Sochi, my wife, right there. And if we take steps, it should be about 10 feet. So my feet are about 10 or 12 inches. So let's go from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think 14 would be good. And then, so it'll be 14 by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So right here, we're looking at from here to the wall, from here to that corner, and then from here to there. So 14 by 10, which should be a nice, good size greenhouse to be able to support a lot of plants and fresh stuff that can't grow in the winter. We're gonna hit the winter here in a few months, so this is gonna be a good time for these beautiful plants to grow and eat. So we're gonna head over to Home Depot and get some PVC. It's gonna be built out of PVC, and we're gonna break up in sectionals. It's not gonna be one long piece, but it's gonna be sectionals, and then get all the pieces that we've been picking up here from ideas from other YouTubers. Thank you, guys. All right, guys. So today we're gonna be talking about materials. We're gonna use a roof as PVC, and we're gonna make our pegs, and we're gonna do a 45. So every area, this is gonna be right over there. Now this is my first time making one of these, so nothing's gonna be perfect, but there's gonna be a peg here of a PVC coming up, maybe about 3 or 4 feet high. And there should be about 4 of those, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Same thing on the end by the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's going to have a 45. Actually, yeah, it's about a 45 degree or so angle going up to make the roof kind of peg out. So that's going to be where we're going to start. And then the base is going to be made out of wood, which is why this is here. So we're going to have a base that's probably going to be off the ground to be able to hold things up, but that's going to be 14, actually 12 in length, and we chose 10 in width. And then we're going to hold the plastic bag, which will be the roof, using these pieces of thin wood. So we got 2x4s right there. So let's go ahead and get started. So here's a visual of what the size of the greenhouse is going to be. Again, this is 12 feet and this is 10. And somewhere in here we're going to make our door. And then this will be the back, and of course the sides. We're going to put some PVC piping all along the sides here and then raise it over. So this would be essentially our frame, kind of hold everything together, create some strength. And these 2x4s are not too expensive, and neither is the PVC pipes. So should get this project up and running here hopefully today, and wrap it up by the end of the afternoon or so. So in this part we're gonna have to take out some of the roots. We have an old tree over here, an old tree stump that's coming up, and then earlier I took out these tree stumps, rather another tree here, and then I have a sprinkler here I'm gonna have to cover up, but here's the time lapse of how that goes
edge trimmer to basically cut the root. So we're gonna cut the root, try to save whatever's left of this tree. I don't even know if that's possible, but I'm gonna cut it because it looks like it was growing out of a stump. And then from there, we're gonna use a root killer to kill the root, and then proceed with the build of the green tree. Okay, so since this is my first project, this is a learn by doing. Okay, so here's the deal. We're gonna have to raise the bracket at least 1.5 feet up, and then these pipings for the roof for the bag are gonna be attached to that with a U-joint to essentially. So these aren't gonna go in the ground. I was gonna stake them in the ground, but better yet, we're just gonna raise them up by raising the base, and then we'll cut open here to allow for a door. So that's the next part. Alright guys, so this is what I ended up doing. I had to take and raise, as I mentioned earlier, the feet on 4x4s. I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What we're going to do now is we're going to open this up. It's going to be 4 feet on the door to open that up there. And we're going to raise a 2x4 up on both sides, and then cut this piece here and raise that up to be the roof. And then clamp down the PVC pipes to the roof. So that's the next step. This project's coming out a lot better than I imagined, so it's looking really good. And then we're gonna bag it after this is all done with some bag paper from Home Depot that is called HDX. It's a 10 by 25, which should be enough, definitely. So that'd be the next step. Then we'll make the tables on the inside for our planters so we can store some greens. And that's gonna look pretty good, and that's gonna be made out of fence boards as the part of the table, and then we'll use small little legs here for the inside tables, which are gonna be these guys here. All right, let's get going. Okay, so this is day 2. I probably could have finished this all in one day, but didn't have all the proper materials. But you can see that I have the door frame. I have 2 tables. I want to make a 4 and 5 at the end. Actually, 3 and 4 back here. Then I'm gonna cross these over, so I have some back end tables. I use 3 6-foot. There's a total of 12 feet. Remember, 6-foot length fence posts, essentially the frame from a fence. And these are cheap. They're like $2 a piece. And I just threw those on top of these small little legs here that I built out of the size of a regular table. And so I put the frame in the back there, U-joint there, U-joint there, and U-joint there to be able to stabilize the front and the back. And then now I'm just going to staple in the bag. So here we go. We're going to do this in time lapse, so you don't have to sit here and wait all day. Hey guys, Caesar here. Obviously I haven't shaved. Been working on this greenhouse project for the last day and some change. Let's go take a look inside. I'm actually really proud of the way it came out. So I used 25 by 10, 25 feet by 10 bags on each side, so I just needed 2. Again, the width is from here to there, 10 feet, 4 feet for the door. I used the army covering for the ground, pretty cool. Here are my tables I built. And you can see that come out really nice. These are all succulents at the moment that we have in here. another table over there. So there's 2 tables here. I realize that I should have put these at the end on these, but that's okay. We can get away with it. I can always add more later. So I use 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 3 feet and some change on width. And instead of going twice here, I ended up making this one left to right, so there's room to walk in and get into the different areas. So really happy the way these came out. And that's secured there by 2 U-joints. And then I put a cross member here, same thing to secure that one right at the top there. The only thing I have to work on now is find a clamp, a 3/4 clamp, to essentially clamp the bag so it doesn't open. See how it kind of opens? Let's just kind of cross it over. So I need to find a clamp to clamp that, and we should be good. Or I can always throw a third one on top of that to tighten that up. Other than that, we have ourselves a completed greenhouse. Not perfect, but wife is happy. Project's in place, project is done, and pretty simple. Built this whole thing for under 300 bucks. I'd say some $200 and some change, so not a bad project. Less taking my time, a couple days, and had a really fun time doing it. So we'll see you guys on the next one. You guys can follow us in our projects at calsfarm.com. That's CALS farm.com. We'll see you guys again on the next one.